All right, working on my siding to my garage. Just wanted to show you before how bad it is. You can see right here, it's just this fiber compressed board siding. It lasted quite a bit of time because it's from 1984, so it's about 42 years old. It's finally, because it hasn't been painted, especially in the back here, it's starting to it's getting past that wear layer, that top coat layer. If you don't keep this painted, it will fall apart. Like, I mean, it's pretty bad. The new stuff is made out of OSB. It's no longer made out of this cardboard material, MDF. I'll show you what I did over here in the front. So I got this whole bottom 2 rows I gotta replace. You see it's got some insulation sheathing on the sides. The front side I already finished, but there was no tar paper under any of the siding, so I put some tar paper before I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 new pieces. Probably gonna do a few more because it's a little rotten out by this basketball hoop. And on this side I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 up, all new, tar paper underneath. Got everything caulked, new PVC trim caulked in place. I had to do the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them on the sides, and the rest look pretty decent. And here's the date. You can see it on here, 1984, about 42 years old. And over here, this thing was just falling apart, so I took all that. I'm thinking to put a roll-up door here for my mower, my zero turn, to drive up on that. So I just left that with tar paper for now. I got to replace a couple down there. Pretty bad right there. Probably the OSB is no good there too. A couple here, a couple there, and a few here. So all the bottom 2 are pretty much no good, and the whole back pretty much needs to be replaced. I ordered another 25 of these lap siding from Home Depot. It's special order, they don't have them in stock. And here I could probably just find the rafter and cut this part here off because they look pretty good over there, and just do all these up here. Here's the new stuff. It's no longer MDF, it's OSB, and it's supposedly treated really good for water resistance. I still want to kind of, when you do cuts, kind of try to prime those edges. Been trying to do that with some oil-based primer, some kills that I got over there. So make a cut, prime that edge, prime all the nails, just to give it a little bit of a, you could caulk them, but it's kind of hard to get the caulk in there, so I prime over it. The primer oil, the oil-based primer is really thick, so it kind of seals up that nail hole so water won't penetrate in. We'll see if it outlasts this other stuff. If anybody's used this stuff or seen this stuff, put it in the comments. What do you think about it? Is it good stuff? Has it lasted? Because I've never used it, never seen it. Okay, I want to talk about the 3 different ways they installed this stuff on this garage. Okay, one way they installed it was, let me show you over here. Okay, they put the lap siding up, they put this one on, and they nailed right here real low through this piece and through this piece. So when you go to replace this piece, it makes it hard because you gotta try to pry this up and get the nail out, and hopefully it won't break this where it was nailed in. So that's kind of one way they installed it, which I think it's okay, but if you go to replace pieces, you can't really do it. But it lasts quite a bit of years, so it's not, you know, it's not necessarily wrong, but that's how they did it on this side. And then somebody came around and decided to add a shed back here, and so they installed this one completely different. This one they put the piece on and they nailed the tops only, so this actually is loose from every single piece. You can see the nail is up under, like it's not, see the nail right there? They nailed the top. I mean, it makes sense, but I don't think that's very secure. It's kind of loose. My method, the way I prefer to do it, is to put the siding on and nail the bottom. Nail it just above the next piece of siding, so you don't go into the bottom one. So if you ever have to replace it, you could just take the bottom nails out and it'll fall out. You could replace one anywhere and it won't be a big deal. But if you do it like this, it makes it really hard to get the nails out. Actually, either way that I showed you makes it really hard. But that's 3 ways that I know to install it, and everybody does it a little different. Some people will nail the bottom and the top and then put the next piece on, and that makes it even harder to get off. So yeah, it's up to you how you want to do it, but the way I'm doing it is siding on, just put my nail in just above the lap siding. It gives it a nice tight feel. I did this whole wall here like that, and you can see it's not coming off. It's nice and tight. When you nail that in, it locks in the top piece of this. And then my seams, I caulk my seams and put some oil primer over it. Okay, so I'm replacing the 2 bottom boards. I don't really want to mess up this board. It's in pretty good shape. The way you want to try to get them out is with a crowbar, wonder bar, one of these. You want to get up under that nail and try to pry it back. Sometimes the nail will not come out. It'll just stay underneath. So like this one, it's still under there. And if that happens, it's actually a good thing, because usually when you try to get it out from the top, it'll end up tearing your MDF stuff. Like this one had a blowout. So I'm gonna have to repair that with some Bondo, some fiberglass Bondo. And so, but if you do get it out like that, you could just get your bar in there and get it on that head of the nail and just slowly bring it out. But you got to be careful, because this stuff's kind of brittle. So you want to pull this back and slowly pull it out. And when you get it, like say you can't get it all the way, take some needle nose pliers, grab it, and you can actually bend it down. Okay, and that'll help you to be able to take it out most of the rest of the way, just like that. You have to be very careful, because this stuff is brittle. Once it gets wet, it gets spongy, it starts delaminating from itself. But I want to try to keep that piece, because I might not have enough to replace all of these pieces. Like I said, I could just take this and put some fiberglass Bondo in that, and that should fill these holes pretty nicely. All right, so let me show you another method of taking it out. So say you're able to get it to come out from the top. Sometimes you can get it in there. See, that one's sunk in already. This one's going to be replaced, but see what I mean? It just falls apart. Try to pull the nail out and it just eats it all up. But I'm going to try to keep this one. I'm going to try to keep this one. It's not the best shape, but I did primer it the other day and it looks okay. So let's see if we can pull the nail out without destroying this thing. So let's try to get up under there, get my hammer, give it a tap. So I'm just gonna give it a little pry and see if it comes out. Yeah, it's coming. See how it wants to rip that open? What you want to do is get a razor blade when it starts ripping like that, and try to trim any paint that's in the way, because that nail hole will rip that whole thing out and make you a big old gash. It's already kind of done it here. Let's see, work that out a little bit, and then you can get it. So you just got to be gentle with it. And you can pull this thing out. Even be careful pulling them out, because that can shred that hole up too. That one's not too bad. Probably need a little filler in that one. Alright, got those 2 boards off. Had a little hole in the insulation there, so I put a piece of tar paper and some down here because there were some holes here. Those drafts out. And now I'm going to start adding some new siding. I'll start at the bottom, work my way up. Alright, so we got the new ones in, bottom two. Still finishing up this side here. Okay, so I'm going to be leaving this top old piece here. You can see we have the hole there, the old hole. Sometimes they're kind of big. Take some caulking and a gun. A little bit of caulking and fill that hole in. Okay. Fill this one in too. And then I'm just gonna nail it where it was. It's gonna go through my new one, but it's okay because if I ever have to replace it, I'll just be doing the tops. If I replace the bottom, I'll have to loosen it, but I won't overdrive them. Just in case I have to replace the bottom again. And just stick it in the caulking. And you can kind of feel that hole a little bit. Put a little bit more. Do the same thing over here. To make this hole bigger. Alright, so I moved a little bit, so I'm going to take some more caulk. Feel that hole a little bit more. And drive it in. It's not going to be perfect because these are old ones and they're kind of brittle, but it should hold up for a little bit, a few more years. Just make sure it's painted. All right, just finished up the repair. I went and I used some oil-based primer on all of the nail heads and the seams. Now it's ready for paint. And the reason why the bottom two are so bad is when it snows. The snow piles up against that wall and it just absorbs it and then it rots out. I just got to finish this back end. This is going to need a lot of replacing, so that's where I'm going to end this video. That's just me repairing some lap siding. I'll put a link to this siding in the description below if you're looking for this type of siding. It is a special order. And that's it for this video. This is Jacob, the Home Fixer channel. Open that. Terrible. Do that. And I still got to do the shed later. I do at least 2 bottoms, 2 or 3, or maybe it might do 4, and I repair 1 or 2 of these ones, but that'll be another day.